TV series. It is a face-to-face TV encounter which offers children the opportunity to ask leaders of the nation questions which constantly bother their minds. Today, the searchlight is on the ex-president, His Excellency Mr. John Ejekum Kufour. Kids, ladies and gentlemen, join me and the ex-president, His Excellency Mr. John Ejekum Kufour, in this encounter. Your Excellency, you are welcome to today's encounter.
Thank you, son.
Your Excellency, you were once a child. Who are your parents and where were you born?
I was born in Kumasi,
Okay.
long time ago. Everything going fine. I hope I'll be 77
Okay.
years on December 8th
Okay.
this year. So it's a long time ago. I was born in Kumasi. My parents were Nana Kojo Ajekum. She was the Oyokohine of Kumasi. And my mother was Nana Amba Dapa, was Queen Mother or Obapenyi of Apaja Kumasi.
Okay.
So both of them were Kumasi people.
Okay. How was it like for you growing up?
Very fine for me. I lived within, is it a triangle, about 3 homes. My father's home, my mother's home, they didn't live together. They lived in their own homes. My brother-in-law was the then Asante Himi, looking for Ajiman Prempe II. So as I was growing up, as far as I can remember, I was either in my mother's house, say in the morning, then I would move to my father's house in the evening, and occasionally to Asante Himi's palace. So that's how I grew up.
Excellency, what subjects do you study in school to become the president of a nation?
Oh, but that one is not fixed.
Okay.
But what I found to be my strong points as I grew up in school, I loved history.
Okay.
Of course, language. Then geography. And I believe that was what excited me the most, getting to know the world around me. I loved to hear of places and then to see them. And then into secondary school, subjects like Latin also impressed me. So these were some of the things.
Okay, okay. So who has influenced you the most?
Well, it's not easy to answer that question because naturally my parents influenced me.
Okay.
I've told you of the triangular,
Yes.
So I'm sure I was influenced at every point within the family. Then in school, I started schooling in Kumasi Government Boys School. So it was built to purpose by the colonial administration. You only need to see even the structure of the school. It must have been built in the 1920s by the then colonial. It was so well built with conveniences, water supplies. It had playing fields, football pitches, volley pitch as well, cricket pitch, that school, and with a pond, duck pond. Then it also had some, I was going to say forest, but it wasn't. It was what you would describe as COPS, C-O-P-S-E, like body of trees, the campus. It was a big compound, running several acres with iron railing all around it. And every morning by 8 a.m., the school bell would ring, and children who were privileged, because it was like a privileged school from all over Kumasi. Nobody wanted to be late because by 8, when the bell rings, the gate would be shut. And those coming late would be listed by the school prefects. And then they would be reported to the disciplinary authority of school. And sometimes we would be caned a bit so as to get to school on time.
Okay. Your Excellency, what are some of the challenges you had as a president of a nation, and how did you deal with them?
There are many challenges. When you are president, naturally you run the economy of the country. The law and order is also your responsibility, law and order of the country. So as to ensure that criminality is not raging wild in the country, provision of education for the people, the children, like you. Healthcare is also your responsibility. And there are so many other things to do. All these sectors might throw up difficulties in the path of president. You see, presidents get gray hairs soon after they enter into office. It's all because of the many problems that confront them. And a president who is really doing his work would not sleep like normal people sleep, because you'd have to think around the clock. For instance, your telephone might never be put off, because you do not know when your security agencies might want to connect with you. So that should be there. Even as you try to take a nap, you have to think of that. But all the ministries work to you.
Okay.
You are head of your cabinet, and also the public sector generally. So there are so many things. Doing the roads, infrastructure, and the electricity supply. You have to take care, oversee all of these things. It's a difficult challenge, difficult work.
So, Your Excellency, what are the roles of the coat of arms, the national flag, and the national anthem in governance?
The people of the country must always know the nature of their country. And this nature is defined by the constitution of the country. And along with the constitution, the nation gives itself a motto. Okay. The motto of Ghana, for instance, is freedom and justice. If you go to Black Star Square, you'd see this motto printed on that, freedom and justice. That's our national motto. Okay. And then, of course, you know the colors of the national flag, and then the emblem of the nation of Black Star, in the protection of two eagles, and underneath, again, freedom and justice. We must all know these things. You know the national anthem, the pledge, of course, just to make us aware that we are one people, one nation, with a common destiny, and that we should all hold together to protect and also uphold our nationality. Otherwise, we'll live in a land of chaos. We wouldn't be one people. So these are the important rules.
Mr. Ex-President, how and where did you find inspiration?
Well, as you grow up, along the way, you get stirrings in you to help you discover the role you want to play within your community. As I grew up and through the various schools I studied and the connections I made with people, I came to realize by the time I was going into secondary school, around 1954, 55, that perhaps my vocation or calling was in politics. Through school and the subjects that attracted me, and then after school into the tertiary level, where I studied law, philosophy, politics, and economics. That's into the early 60s. My mind was set that perhaps my career would be in politics. And for politics, the subjects I studied really prepared me. Because when you get the chance, you'd see that understanding of politics, running a nation, the understanding of economics, which is crucial because without the wealth and its management to support the nation, again, there will be chaos. So efficient management of the economy is crucial. Then philosophy, which helps you to be reflective, to think. You must have a very supple mind. You don't just accept anything and everything you are told. You have to think within context so as to be able to tackle problems, to see through issues and challenges, to find solutions.
Okay.
Philosophy helps you to do that. And it helps you also to get a sense of rightness and wrongness. Fair, because you can't be a leader of the people without a sense of balance and also some ethical outlook, insight into things. So all these subjects I was fortunate to have studied, and of course law. We talk constitution. Constitution is the ultimate law. And so with that preparation, by 64, I was set. And then I studied at that level in Britain. So when I came back home, 65 January, I was practicing as a young lawyer in some chambers in Kumasi. By 67, the vacancy occurred for the management of the city of Kumasi. And you know, Kumasi is the second city of Ghana. And I was about 27, 28. I got the opportunity to be the city manager of Kumasi.
Oh, okay.
And I had a staff of 4,000, if you can believe it. And I held that position for about 3 years. So by 69, I got elected to Parliament. And I was made the Deputy Foreign Minister then. So all the things, the preparation I had from infancy through schools, through professions, had more or less shaped me to go into politics. And as Deputy Foreign Minister too, I got the chance to meet internationally with quite renowned leaders. And I was studying them bit by bit, how they managed, how they had come by the great reputations. At that time, for instance, 69, 70, 71, I met people like the Emperor of Ethiopia, Haile Selassie. I met Prime Minister of India, a lady, Indira Gandhi. Then I met a man very famed for good leadership, Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, and many others. And then on our continent too, every year I was going to Addis Ababa to attend the Organization of African Unity. So I saw all the then presidents and the heads of state of our continent. The Commonwealth Association, I also got privileged to travel to meet the leaders coming from the Commonwealth, which is quite global, and then the United Nations itself. So bit by bit, I got positioned and prepared to become president when the opportunity came in the year 2000. I contested and won. So 2001, January, I assumed the office of President of Ghana.
Okay. Excellency, what are the books you read and why?
Well, you read all sorts of books. You like, say, biographies about, in politics, you want to know about some of the great leaders, political leaders you heard of. But it's not all professional or serious books. Sometimes you must read other things, like romances and adventurous stories and things like that. And then anytime I have spare time, to me, some leisure time, I want to do crosswords a lot. It's not like reading, but it keeps the mind working on meanings of words and things like that.
Okay, Mr. Ex-President, children will be excited to know your hobbies. Do you have any hobbies?
Quite. I used to be a sportsman in my younger days.
Oh, okay.
Used to love soccer, for instance.
Okay.
I played a bit of cricket and hockey. Table tennis, I loved.
Okay.
And then, because of my height, I also used to like volley playing.
Okay. So were you a striker then when you were playing soccer?
No, I played number 5 at the back. No, I
defense.
used to be quite heavy and strong.
Okay. As a child, what did you dream about, and did your dream come true?
Into secondary, from your age, I was beginning to think politics and perhaps dreaming about politics too. So, in a way, my dream came true.
Could you please tell us about your family and children?
Well, I'm married. Thankfully, perhaps if you looked a bit, you saw my wife walk by. We've been married now for, is it about 52 years?
Oh, okay.
We were married in 1962. And we are Catholics.
Okay.
We got married in London. We have 5 grown-up children, 3 men and 2 women. And they have given us, together they've given us 12 grandchildren.
Okay.
And so we are thankful.
Excellency, what do you do now that you are retired?
I get invited all over the world, and I keep on. Everybody wants to know what a president did when he was in office. So even this morning I went to Gimpa, you know Gimpa, at the university, to talk on leadership with a group of about 100 young men and women who have come from all over West Africa. I think from about 8 countries in West Africa, studying or doing a course in Gimpa. They just wanted to interact with me on leadership in Africa and how they are up-and-coming leaders. Leaders not only in politics, but in all aspects of life.
Okay.
Leadership is so crucial. There's nothing in life you do without good leadership that works. If the leadership is not there, you may not succeed. If you are in agriculture, if you are in, say, trading, whatever, you need a sense of direction and leadership. Okay. They wanted to know how they should nurture themselves to be good leaders in their various spheres of life.
Okay. Your Excellency, please describe in one brief sentence how you imagine a better world for children.
In one sentence?
Yeah.
Is that how you are marked in your exams in school? Do the examiners ask you to just give a sentence to solve all the problems? No. Childhood is a stage in life of all of us. All of us. You, as you sit here, let's look ahead the next 15 years or so. Perhaps you'll be a parent, and you will not be referred to as a child. Okay. But as a child, there are so many things you are involved in. One, you live in a home with parents and other brothers and sisters. Okay. You are in school, you have to connect well in school with fellow students. Some are senior, others your juniors. And then with your teachers. Then you go to, if you are religious, church or mosques, you must relate well there. You are, in a way, being shaped into good citizenship, okay, even at your age. And this is why discipline is exacted at school, and another, it's in the family. For the world to be better for you would imply that in all these points where you are connected, you are given a fair and good nurturing upbringing. In the house, your parents should be loving, but at the same time, should expect orderliness from you, discipline. They should inculcate in you a sense of ethics or morals, so you are able to tell what is good from what is bad. They should help you to relate well in society, how to speak well, and how to think properly. That's at home. So your parents must be responsible and should be caring. Then in school, the same. It's just a continuation of your upbringing from home. So your teachers should be good teachers that will teach you not only how to calculate maths and also read books. They should ensure you are growing up as a moral person, a human being with a good conscience. So you relate well in society. They should also ensure you are not all book. So you asked me about sports. You should, at your age, build your muscles through decent sporting. That school helps a lot in that direction. And you should also connect, because our society should be inclusive. We are multi-tribal, we are multi-religious, and we should all grow up knowing that we are interdependent and that we should be inclusive. You don't say just because that man is not from your tribe, he's that different. No. The important thing is to appreciate he's a human being like you. So the fellow feeling will be there. There will be differences of outlook and of thought, but that should not make the other person any the less human than you. So in that respect, you accord all people you meet the decencies. You treat people with dignity. It will make for a peaceful world, a happy world for all of us. So this is how to bring up the child, to let the child see it's a big world of variety and diversity, but at bottom is the world of humans. That humans deserve dignity, no matter what, their religion, where they are coming from, their gender. Basically, once you are human, you are entitled to respect.
Okay. Your Excellency, could you please tell us a story that has made an impact on you?
Oof. At my age. Have you forgotten my age? I told you.
Yes, you'll be 77 this year.
And you want me to tell you of one story? I've heard so many stories.
Or maybe the one which has made an impact.
Well, I'm religious. I told you I'm Christian and that sort of thing. And truly, the one story, I believe that even in my old age, that keeps shaping me, making me even grow wiser, is the story of Christ.
Okay. Your Excellency, I'm most grateful to have you on the show. I'm very certain people out there have had a lot of information from you. Several of their questions have also been answered. Thank you once again, Excellency.
Thank you, my grandson. Keep it up. Study hard and work hard. Know it's a big world, but world of people. And that if you continue to apply yourself well with diligence and with good conscience, then one day, whatever your dreams are now, you may realize them. I don't know if you are aspiring to be president. If that's your dream and you work at it, you may get there. Or if it's one of the professions, or a businessman, whatever. I wish you well. I pray for you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.